Greetings, my brothers. It is official. Monique has accepted $60 million by Vince McMahon to join the WWE. As you all know, she's been fighting with Netflix. She got plenty of people around the world to boycott and cancel their Netflix subscriptions. There hasn't been any Netflix and chillin'. There's just been Redbox and Billings, according to Booby Jones. And you can view this article at SeanBlazington.me. This is all official stuff, I promise you. It says here, plenty of Americans canceled their Netflix subscription when Monique politely asked them to do so on one of her many live stream rants. And Monique is so much of a feminist, it's not even a boycott at this point, it's a girl-cott. She's all about women's rights, women's power. She's the Hitler for black females. But that's neither here nor there. The issue between Monique and Netflix is resolved now. You can hop back on Netflix with no problem. You don't have to worry about those dirty, sticky, nasty Redbox DVDs anymore. Monique is getting paid in full, and I'm going to tell you exactly how that's going down. It says here, but now that's all over because Monique has agreed to a $60 million deal with the WWE. And this shouldn't be a surprise to anyone because the WWE is well known for having overweight wrestlers. Monique will feel right at home. She's going to be the next Yokozuna of the WWE. Monique is big, black, and beautiful, and she deserves every dollar as a comedian and a professional wrestler. Monique is a combination of Yokozuna, Umaga, and Rikishi all wrapped up in one big, beautiful black female. She may be underappreciated in the world of comedians, but the wrestling world will embrace her with big, musty, opened arms. It says this all started when Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock both received over $20 million from Netflix to do comedy specials. Nobody cared about Netflix giving anyone big money before Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock. Nobody was looking for a big paycheck from anywhere. People were just happy to get what they received. But since Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle got over $20 million, everybody lost their mind. Monique didn't even know what Netflix was before Dave Chappelle got paid $20 million. She didn't even own a TV. My question is, Monique, how the hell are you going to be a fan of TV dinners and you don't even own a TV? But now that other comedians got money, you want to get money from Netflix. Monique want to lose more weight. Monique want to make more money. Monique want more drama. This is why Monique is going to be the new Umaga. You have comedians from the 80s coming out the woodworks trying to get a multi-million-dollar deal from Netflix, although they're still wearing a jerry curl, although they have on 4-finger gold rings. Just because you can get a senior citizens discount at Wendy's or Denny's or somewhere like that, that doesn't mean you're going to get a multi-million-dollar contract from Netflix to do your stupid, corny jokes that nobody wants to hear or see. Can you imagine Monique doing a comedy special? You're better off going to see TD Jakes or Creflo Dollar because all she's going to do is get up there and preach. You're better off listening to some old tapes of Martin Luther King or Malcolm X because all she's going to do is call you her babies. She's going to get her big fine butt up on that stage and call you sugar over and over and over. She's going to call you sugar so much, you're going to say, Monique, please just call me sweet and low. You're going to be all types of sugar babies and honeys and darlings. Don't nobody want to see Monique do a comedy special. And I know you don't want to say it, but I'll say it for you, my brothers. Monique is fine as hell to be over 70 years old. And although she got more salt and pepper in her hair than an order of Wendy's French fries, all you got to do is dress her up, put a load of makeup on her, and she's pretty damn good looking. And to top that off, she's more loyal than an obese pit bull. If you listen to the Breakfast Club interview, she called her husband Daddy over and over. Daddy this, Zaddy that. And I know this may sound strange, but there's nothing sexier than an obese pit bull calling you daddy. This Breakfast Club interview has been on all types of porno sites. Monique is the new modern day Marilyn Monroe / Umaga. August 14, 2017. While over 500 broke comedians waited in line to see a Netflix executive, Monique walked past every comedian and stood in front of the line, and this is when all hell broke loose. Just because she's big and black, she feels like she's entitled to everything. Being big and black doesn't entitle you to everything, but it does entitle you to some things. It entitles you to food. It entitles you to your own section of the airplane. But it does not entitle you to $20 million from Netflix. And this is the fight that took place in front of the Netflix headquarters. Oink, 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 oink. Oink, 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 oink. Oink, 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 oink. Oink, 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 oink. Monique is working on a video game called Pig Fighters. Forget being the donkey of the day. She's the boss hog of the day. As you can see, Monique fought a whole army to get into the Netflix offices, and this is why she's the most decorated comedian alive. It says her battle at Netflix headquarters earned her the Medal of Drama and the WWE belt for performing the Great Wall of Jericho perfectly on the comedian some more. And I know this sounds utterly ridiculous, but you have to understand the music industry and the entertainment business as a whole is very sick. And in order to get in the door, you have to betray your fellow man. And notice I didn't say fellow female, I said fellow man, because look at some more. She may look like Angela Bassett, but she's not healthy like Angela Bassett. And Monique knows this. She knows some more has bad knees. This just goes to show the crab in the barrel mentality that we have within the African American community. And it stems to Hollywood. It stems to every aspect of life. Sometimes we're like crabs in a barrel, and this is why Monique put some more in the Boston Crab just to get ahead. When Vince McMahon caught wind of Monique's superb fighting skills, he offered her $20 million to come join the WWE. But Monique declined that offer because Ronda Rousey received more money. This is what I call being petty. You gave Ronda 5 cookies, but you only offered me 4. Just be happy your fat ass is getting some cookies. If Ronda Rousey get beat up in the octagon, that means you want to get beat up in the octagon too? Monique, I know it must be hard being a black woman, but that's what nachos are for. Ever since you lost that weight, you've been acting crazy. You need to get up and go eat. I know for a fact that fat Monique would have took that $500,000 from Netflix. She would have took $10,000 of that money and went to Sam's Club, got a big old pack of cornbread, some chicken wings, some pasta noodles, some spaghetti sauce. Fat Monique would have made it happen with that $500,000. But now that she lost 50 pounds, $500,000 isn't good enough for her, and she wants to get paid the same amount of money that Dave Chappelle and Chris Rock is getting paid. In fear of a WWE boycott spearheaded by Monique, Vince McMahon offered the most decorated comedian alive $60 million, and needless to say, she gladly accepted it. Monique will not be happy with that $60 million because in her mind, she thinks she's Oprah. It says here in my highly classified documentations that Monique eats a lot of okra because you are what you eat. And by eating a whole bunch of okra, in her mind, she metamorphosizes and believes deeply that she's Oprah Winfrey, and this is why she acts so much like Sophia from The Color Purple. And if you're not into astrology and metaphysical, psychological analysis and things like that, you're not understanding what I'm telling you. But this is the whole case with Monique. In her mind, she thinks she's Oprah Winfrey, but someone has to give her a reality check and let her know, you are not Oprah. Yes, you're big. Yes, you're black. And yes, you look good for your age, but you are not Oprah Winfrey. Look, you guys, this is Monique's debut with the WWE. Well, damn, Monique come out there looking like Project Pat. Is that Angela Yee from The Breakfast Club? Look where all that gossiping got you, Angela Yee. Ain't she supposed to know karate? I'm going to say this, and I'm only going to say this one time only. I don't care if you guys unsubscribe from the channel or hit that unlike button. Do what you got to do. To be over 100 years old, Oprah Winfrey looks damn good. And I understand why Monique wants to be Oprah, because look at Oprah. She's a bad mamma jamma. Don't you hit that unlike button, and don't you unsubscribe to the channel. Make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that like button, leave a comment, hit that notification button, and don't forget to show me some love. This is your boy Sean Blaze. I'm out.
Let me tell y'all a story about back in the day when I first fell in love with my documentations. We was at the library, she was eating strawberries, had her hair in a twist, and I was lonely as shit. She had on all black with her hand balled in a fist, and I was looking real sad, and she had books in her bag. When she smiled at me, I damn near fainted, cause I knew I was in love with the documentations. Let me tell y'all a story about back in the day, when I first fell in love with my documentation. I was wearing overalls, y'all call them suspenders. I was headed to KFC to get some chicken tender. Then I saw her at the bus stop sucking on the lollipop. I had to grab my chest, I thought my heart was about to stop. But that's when all my problems stopped. She gave me her phone number, then invited your boy over for dinner. Sitting across the table, I was looking at her and she was looking at me, and we had knowledge to eat. She was the real deal, she wasn't no faker. She predicted Isaiah Thomas going to the Lakers. Let me tell y'all a story about back in the day, when I first fell in love with my documentation. She be all on my mind because she always so fine. When I be looking for her, she be always online. And I like her cause she got a lot of back like a backpack. Baby got more dunks than a Shack Attack. She from Alabama in fact, but she in Alabama. She got me on my computer in my pajamas, researching documents from here to Indiana. Ignorant can't stand her. She told me she loved me, told her I love you when she gave me the docs. And when she gave me the docs, that's when I opened her box. Let me tell y'all a story about back in the day, when I first fell in love with my documentation. Sean Blaze, aka Soul Brother number 1, cause I be doing the most and I be proving the most. Subscribe to the channel, that's for you and your folks. In case you didn't know, I give you the info. You see, my tentacles connect, and that is a fact because the facts keep coming out of my neck. What you know about LeBron James going out with Holly Berry? I give you real facts even though they kinda scary. I might just conquer the world. What you know about Steph Curry being on top of your main girl? You really can't handle the truth. I fell in love with the documentations when I was just a youth. Now I understand and overstand the main plan. I must admit, no, I'm not the same man. Given